comes to life. A garden of wheat and a loaf to eat.
Bread comes to life. A garden of wheat and a loaf to eat. By George Levinson. Photography by Shmuel Thaler. Bread is the food we eat every day. So many kinds, so many ways. White bread, black bread, small bread, tall bread, thin bread, twin bread, dinner rolls, bread with holes, hard, day-old tough bread, soft, squishy fluff bread.
It says in here that the bread is tall. I never really thought about bread being tall, but let's look at the picture. Do you see this little girl? She's holding a very tall piece of bread, isn't she? It's about as tall as she is.
Bread is toast. Bread is crumbs. Bread is pizza. Bread is buns. How is bread made? Where is it from? This baker makes his bread from scratch by sowing wheat in his backyard patch. Soon those seeds send down roots and sprout into shoots of bright green grass.
Oh, so bread starts by seeds, and he's planting those seeds, and then they grow into sprouts, and look at the roots.
The days pass, and that grass grows into sturdy blades, tall and straight, finely made with budding heads and bristly hair.
Oh, it does kind of look like hair, those little strings coming off of it, doesn't it?
Gently waving in the air. When the crop is ripe and old, the tops are bowed and streaked with gold, and every head of wheat contains many tiny finished grains.
So those sprouts grew into these things, this wheat, and if you look at it, all the little grains of wheat on here.
Time to cut the golden field. Gather up the backyard yield. Stack up piles of sun-dried stalks. Rub them in a threshing box. It's the simple, old-time miller's craft of separating wheat from chaff.
Alright, so they've picked the garden, they've picked the wheat, and then, look, do you see he's got him here in a box, and he's kind of hitting them with this pallet, this piece of wood, and it's taking all the little grains of wheat off.
What's left are seeds, a hefty load, many times the number sowed. And each new grain of harvest wheat looks just like a loaf to eat.
Alright, so this is a close-up view of the wheat, and look, it kind of does look like a small, tiny, bitty loaf of bread. So they're going to take these seeds and turn them into bread.
Now is the hour to grind those grains into whole wheat flour. With simple tools and easy rules, it's on with the show to make up some dough and bring fresh bread to life.
Alright, so they're grinding up the seeds and they're turning them into flour.
Dump it, thump it, dust it, knead it, squash it, stretch it, toss it.
So they took that flour, they added some ingredients to it, and they dumped it and thumped it and dusted it and kneaded it and squashed it and stretched it and tossed it in the air.
Set it aside to rest and rise. It grows and grows to twice the size. Punch it down. Give it some shape. Let it rise again. Put it in to bake.
So you set it aside and you see how he's punching it down. It was just filled up the bowl a little bit, but it rose and rose and rose and grew. And he's punching it down, and then he's going to put it in the oven to bake.
Slice it fresh. It's better than cake. Whatever the shape it finally takes, wherever the place it finally bakes, every day we are blessed with a mountain of bread. It's the staff of life. May all be fed.
Okay, I want you to think about the steps it took to make that bread. It was a lot of steps. They needed to do a lot of things. So I want you to draw the steps in Seesaw Journal it took to make the bread. First, they planted the seeds. So you could draw the seeds, and you could draw the dirt that they planted it in. The seeds grew into what? Sprouts, didn't they? And then the sprouts turned golden brown, and they had wheat on them, didn't they? And that's when they picked it. And then after they picked the wheat, what did they do with the wheat? They turned it into flour. So make sure you draw that they turned it into flour and how they tossed it and dumped it. And then they punched it down. So I want you to draw all the steps that you can remember that it took to make the to make the bread. If you need to go back and rerun the story and kind of look at the pictures again, you don't have to listen to it again, but go back and look at the pictures again and see if you can remember all the steps it took to make bread. And I want you to put them in Seesaw Journal, and I want you to record your voice and tell us all the steps.